All right. So it's been exciting the last two days. We've had several talks about entrepreneurship, about innovation, about accelerating digital innovations, and what has to be done. We've had the facts that have been said, statistics that have been given in terms of what the youth have to do, what Africa has to do, and all the different stories. Tonight, we're here to see the action. And what is the action I'm talking about? We have entrepreneurs that will be pitching for money, live on stage, negotiating with investors. I know that most of us are used to speaking to donors, asking for grants. Today, we introduce you to another source of funding, equity investment, maybe debt, a mix of the two, but it is part of the process that we have seen here in Rwanda that we need to engage with and how we could grow our private sector. Before I go on with that, we have programs that have been running. This is Tigo Reach for Change. Most of you have heard or read about it in the news or watched interviews or even applied. And tonight, or rather this afternoon, we're going to hear the winners of the Reach for Change program. And if you allow me, I'd like to invite Shema Binbrek, Tigo Head of Strategy and Business Evolution, and Amalati, the Africa Regional Director for the Reach for Change program. Please.
Thank you, Alex. Just a few words from me to start with. Tigo has been investing in social entrepreneurs in Rwanda since 2012 in partnership with Reach for Change. Tigo is committed to investing in social change in the communities that our customers live in a way that drives long-term impact. We already have 5 social entrepreneurs on our portfolio and are excited to be adding another 2 today. The competition, this recent competition, was launched on the 10th of July, 2015, and over 200 social entrepreneurs applied. They went through a rigorous selection process, which included external experts, Tigo staff, and a final jury panel that selected the final 2. Today, the winners will receive 14 million Rwandan francs in funding, as well as training, coaching, and connections to a global network of entrepreneurs through Reach for Change. Tigo staff will be engaged as advisors and experts, and the winners also have opportunities to use the Changemaker hub space at the Tigo office in Muhima. Let me hand it over to Ama, Africa Regional Director for Reach for Change.
Thank you, Shaima. We're so excited about the 4th edition of our collaboration with Tigo and the 2nd Tigo Digital Changemakers competition. At Reach for Change, we believe really strongly that many of Africa's problems are going to be solved by social entrepreneurs, people who live close to the problems, who understand them, and who have the entrepreneurial drive to create an organization to solve them. And we're really excited to be part of supporting these entrepreneurs to bring their dreams to life. We have incubators and accelerators in 7 African countries: Rwanda, Ghana, Tanzania, DRC, Chad, Senegal, and Ethiopia. And in those incubators, entrepreneurs work towards 4 things. The first is measurable social impact. What is social change if you can't measure it? And so they work to create businesses and organizations that have social impact that can be quantified. The second thing is financial sustainability. To have a sustainable business model, that means that the social change can grow and can be funded as it grows. And the last 2 things are scale. They work with a scalable model. And finally, system change. And by system change, we mean partnering with other people who are working in similar areas, partnering with government to deal with a problem at its root. So we're really excited about our 2 winners today and about the support that they will receive and the impact that they will have. But I know you're dying to know who they are, so I'll tell you. Our first winner wants to focus on delivering ICT skills for children who are hearing impaired. He runs an inclusive education program where he teaches these children to use technology, to communicate with others using technology, and also he plans to help them to be able to create jobs for themselves through technology, teaching them hardware skills to repair phones and computers, and teaching them how to program. With a round of applause, please join me in welcoming Empowering Children with Disabilities and its founder, Louise Ingamboziza, to the stage. Congratulations, Louise. We wish you all the best in your program. Our second winner is creating 3D simulated animations, which work as practical science lessons and practical substitutes to science lessons. He puts theory into practical simulation so that children and teachers can visualize and see the lessons clearly. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome Sam Zizinga to the stage. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Amma, and thank you, Shema. And congratulations to the winners of the Reach for Change. And we know every time there's a meeting, a big meeting, in Rwanda and actually out of Rwanda, what keeps coming back is the lack of finance for entrepreneurs, the lack of funding, and all these challenges. So we're excited to see that some of the big companies here are actually investing in young social innovators. There are, however, some that also invest for a return on their investment, a return on cash. So tonight we have 5 entrepreneurs from Tanzania, Kenya, and Rwanda. They'll be pitching to the names that you see here. They're all investors, seasoned investors. They'll ask them hard questions, maybe not so hard, and they will negotiate live. Now, some of you are asking, how come I didn't get a chance? Well, we actually sent out an application, a call for application. We invited you to apply. We invited entrepreneurs to apply. We went through checking if you have a business, if you have a product, and maybe to clarify some of the things that we looked into. We do not select you here if you just have an idea. These are angel investors. They want products, and they want people who have something that is proven in the market, that has a market. So without further ado, I would like to invite Yariv Cohen from Kenneth to take his seat. Joseph Gassana, known as Jeff Gassana. They will talk about themselves. They'll give their introductions. I'll not do that. Emil Sheikh, Eugene Yagahene, Angela Homsi, and Shaima Binbrek. Thank you. My journey ends right here. So I hand over to Yariv Cohen, who will introduce and call out the entrepreneurs one by one. But before he does, he'll give a chance to the investors to give a small introduction about who they are and why they are interested in doing this kind of deals. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Welcome to Face the Gorilla. Those are the gorillas, and the rules are very, very simple. One entrepreneur comes. They have 5 minutes to pitch, to explain all their business in 5 minutes and get the gorillas interested. Then we have 10 minutes of questions. Questions on the business, on the entrepreneur, on the investment. Then we'll open it up for the audience to decide if they want to come in. Then we'll have a negotiation. If the gorillas like the business, they'll make an offer. The entrepreneurs can either accept, negotiate, or reject the offer. Our goal today is to show live and hopefully close a deal in one of those companies. We are very seasoned entrepreneurs, and investors. I think everybody here is a bit of both. And that's a great opportunity to both learn and invest. So without further ado, I'll invite the first one, Victor, the CEO and co-founder of Tango TV. Victor, you have 5 minutes starting now.
Thank you. So I'm Victor Joseph. I'm co-founder and CEO at Tango TV, Tanzania. At Tango TV, we are building a media streaming platform for mostly local content. So here we are talking local movies, local TV shows, even local music videos. Now, local content is a big opportunity in Africa. I'll talk, for example, of Nigerian movies. Nigerian movie industry is worth over $3 billion. And in East Africa, there is Swahili. Swahili is the most spoken language in Africa. Over 150 million people speak Swahili. Now, in Tanzania, for example, Swahili movies are made at the rate of at least 1 movie every day. And this has gone on for over 6 years, so it's a lot of content. And the people, they love this content. They spend a lot of money on it. Now, the problem is the distribution of this content is currently broken. DVDs are very difficult to handle and to move from one point to another, and there is the issue of piracy, and the consumers find it difficult to access the content that they like. Sometimes they have to drive a few miles just to get to the next movie that they want. Now, at Tango TV, we want to connect these people to the content that they love on demand over the internet. And we want to enable them to stream this content over multiple devices. So here, you can stream Tango TV on your mobile phone. We have an amazing mobile app. I could demo it to you later. And on your TV, I should show you the Tango box. It's a media streaming box for your TV. So you just plug it to your TV. It has internet inside, so you don't have to worry about setting up Wi-Fi or whatever. You plug it to your TV, and you have a lot of content already. We have our revenue model basically is that we sell the content. The user can pay per view, pay for a movie, or you can pay a subscription fee for a month. And we split this revenue with the content creators. We already have several contracts with content creators in Tanzania already, and by the end of this year, we'll basically have every filmmaker in Tanzania on board because we have a very good relationship with them already. And so far, as you have seen, we have a perfect product already, and we are also entering agreements with telcos so that our users can stream content easily and fast. So it's great. Our growth strategy is we want to reach 15,000 users by the end of 2016, and then expand to cover the East African region, because it's a big opportunity, actually. Yeah, and we're looking to reach 3 million in revenues by the end of 2 years. That's our projections. We have an amazing team. On board, I am a business school graduate, and we have a telecommunication engineer on board and a computer scientist. So they build amazing products. The products that you have here, amazing user interfaces, great algorithms to stream content perfectly in the market that we are, in the African market, with our infrastructure and our conditions. So we are here seeking $500,000 in exchange for equity at a pre-money valuation of over $2 million. So you could have up to 20%. So I could demo it, but they couldn't allow me to have a screen up here, so that's sad. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Now we'll open the floor to the gorillas. Any questions?
Thank you, Simon.
Yes.
My name is Eugene Nyagaine. I have a similar platform, actually, which is up and running. So I invite you to check next door. There's a desk called Watch Africa. So we have typically the same platform. So my question is, why do you need money to invest in platform, in boxes, instead of just concentrate on the content? I'm ready to give you money to buy content along with you, to produce local content, as long as you want to be host on my platform. Why would you spend so much money on the hardware instead of focusing on the business itself?
Okay, so this could be a great business opportunity for us, actually, because we already have good relationship with content creators in Tanzania, for starters, and we are in for business, right? So whatever partnership that benefits us, if we don't have to keep building technology, if we have an investor or a partner who already has the technology, we'll surely look into it and see how it fits.
So right now, do you consider yourself like content aggregator or a content producer? I just want to make sure that I'm talking to the right
No, we are not content producers. We curate content from creators, and we find ways to stream it online.
So then you're my man. I give you the money. We want to buy your cameras, to set up the facilities in Tanzania, as long as you bring content to me. I'll be your man, or you'll be my man.
Hey, awesome. Thank you.
We already have one proposal. What do you say?
Yeah, can you come again?
We already have one proposal. What do you say?
I would like to hear others, if that's okay, just out of respect.
Okay, I'll ask another question going to the economics. If you say that your projection is to have 50,000 users next year.
15,000.
Yeah, okay. So at that level of projection, can you walk me through the unit economics, as in for one user, how much money you make and how much money you need to spend on customer acquisition costs and marketing and other fixed costs, so to understand the economics for one user?
Okay, so the way it works now is that we have to spend a little money on marketing to get to the users, and the box itself, we sell it at a slightly lower amount, so we lose a little money on user acquisition, but it's great because we project it to cost us around $20 to acquire a user, but this should be our user for over 5 years. So if they spend $2, if they spend $10 a month on our platform, it's still a lot of money. You'll recoup the user acquisition easily.
Thank you.
So I'm still not clear on the economics of the box itself. How much are you selling the box for, and how much does it cost to produce the box?
Okay, so to get this box, we have a manufacturing partner in China, so it's built in China. Until it reaches Dar es Salaam, it costs $60, but we sell it for $50 to our users.
So you're taking $10 loss on each box that you're selling?
Yeah, so we term that like user acquisition costs. But actually, that's why we are trying to raise money. If we make larger and larger orders, the cost for production goes down. So we may actually stop losing the money on the box.
And for your content licensing deals, how much are you planning on selling the movies for, or the content for, and what's your cost of content? What's your margin on each
Okay,
screen?
so when we started, obviously we didn't have the money to pay for content up front. So what we did is we went to these filmmakers and told them we enter contract with them, which is a revenue split. So we negotiate on that. So when a user pays for a movie, that's when the content creator says, hey, my movie was watched 10 times, so you should pay me this much money, depending on the agreement. So it's a royalty-based. We don't license yet, but that's the plan. We want to start licensing because it's easier and you can make more money that way. And these content creators, they prefer you pay them up front. They want money.
So one more comment for you, Simon. Well, if you agree with me and you want to change your business plan, just concentrate on the content business.
Okay.
Then come back to me and tell me how much money you expect from me, how many shares I may afford in your business, and then we conclude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Can you make a counter proposal?
Well, it's not a definite offer yet because we have to talk and decide on the shares and the structure of it. So I'm sure we'll talk more because that's what he said.
We'll open up to the audience. Any proposal offers from any investor in the audience? Anybody interested to become a gorilla? Jeff, will you do this deal?
No.
Pass. Amir?
There's a question.
Oh, we have. Okay. Can you bring him a mic?
My name is Pascari. I'm the owner of Pascal Technology Global. The guy has a brilliant idea. I think I can give him an offer. And we are the hoster. That means can come the easy. I can host him and my server. So
what is your offer?
if he can give me 35%, any money he wants, I can give it to him.
25%.
35%. 35.
35.
Okay, 35% for 500,000.
35% for 10 years in business we make.
Can you come again? I didn't hear.
35%, then a contract for 10 years.
Contract for 10 years.
Yes.
I don't fully understand, sorry.
Any money you want to the platform or to make any stream. And because we can host you, we have a capacity to host you, we have a mainstream from UK and South Africa. That is where we're operating from. Then I can give you, you give me 5% on the retained revenue for 10 years. Then I can give you any money you want.
35% on the revenue.
Yes.
Okay.
You have exactly 2 minutes to consider the offer. Or you want to make a counter offer?
Okay, can you do 25%?
25%.
25%
And we close now.
for 20 years.
20 years, 25%. Do we have a deal?
And the other thing, for the boxes, we're electronics engineer. As I'm standing here, I'm electronics engineer myself, so we can work together.
Okay,
We have a deal?
25% for 12 years, deal. 15 years?
You have 1 minute, 55 seconds to close the deal. Or maybe Eugene has a better deal.
Well, it's not easy for me just to throw away an amount, but for sure I'm gonna give you much more money than the proposal.
Okay, so
Definitely, yeah.
okay, so my decision is we'll have to talk more.
You don't. You reject both deals. The
I don't
deal will be
reject
on
them.
The table.
Yeah?
You got 2 deals.
Yeah. With Mr. Eugene, I know we'll talk later because that's the idea. So, well, I don't know when we talk what will happen. So I'm inviting him to talk to me later as well. So he's giving me my card, his card. So that's awesome.
Let's shake hands. We have a deal, agreed in principle, following more conversation to decide, right? Both agree. Shake hands. Well done. Excellent. That's a very, very good start. Now, I want to invite Patrick and Cedric from Vugapay. Ready? Let's start the clock. 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Muhir Patrick, a high school student and a software developer at Vugapay.
And I am Mohoza Cedric, a high school student and a software developer at Vugapay. Well, only 5% of Africans have access to formal banking services, while the rest are unbanked. But at least most of them own a mobile phone with an active mobile money account. And only 2% of Africans have a smartphone, while the rest use feature phones. Well, we're a team of two, me and my brother here, and we've done some other apps like the Vuga app, if you've ever heard for the WhatsApp in Kinyarwanda and in Kiswahili. And we also did one for our national TV, which allows you to watch live on TV from your mobile phone.
Well, we are here today to represent to you Vugapay. Vugapay is a new payment gateway that allows cross-border and cross-network mobile money transfers at an affordable rate. Well, Vugapay is a new technology that is not limited to network or region. It can work anywhere where there's mobile money services. You can download the app on Google Play Store, insert your number which is connected to your mobile money account, and you start using it. Well, for the feature phone generation, we are building for them a USSD app which will be used to communicate to our services.
Well, by the start of this year, according to GSMA, there were over 300 million registered mobile money accounts globally. And there were, coming back here to Rwanda, we have over 6 million active mobile money users.
Well, our business model, we have 5 revenue streams. 1, we are going to be allowing our users to send cross-network and cross-border transfers at an affordable rate. 2, we are going to be distributing our API to businesses and developers who want to receive mobile money payments. And 3, we are going to be allowing mobile money users to be adding funds to their PayPal accounts, since we all know adding funds to PayPal requires one to be having a credit card. So we are going to be enabling that service. And we are going to also be allowing our users to be shopping countrywide at selected stores at an affordable rate. And 5, we are going to be allowing our users to be paying for bills and services.
Well, our competition right now, there are some other vendors providing a cross-network and cross-border mobile money solution, where we have SimplePay, Remit Uganda, and MyPaga in Nigeria. But their services are only limited to same network and in the only regions they operate in. While our competitive advantage is that our service can work anywhere where there's mobile money, and our infrastructure is not limited to hardware or any API from any provider.
Our marketing strategy is that we have 2 apps on Google Play Store with about 1,000 to 2,000 active users. Our main goal is to convert these users into paying users of Vugapay. We also have a community on Facebook with about 17,000 active members, and this is our main marketing source.
Well, right now, there's some companies who invited us to apply for their fintech program, which is the Barclays, and we also received a call from the managing director of PayPal in charge of Africa and Israel, who also wants to add PayPal to mobile money services.
Well, we are here today requesting for $20,000 in exchange of equity of 10% of our company. And this money is going to be used in marketing and strengthening of our team.
Well, by the start of this year, there are about 6 million active mobile money users, and we're targeting 2% of that population, which will earn us an annual revenue of about $360,000 US, with an average person spending $3 in a year.
So we have given you all much detail about our company. Who amongst you wants to join our venture?
Excellent presentation, excellent teamwork, excellent rhythm. Now, who from the Gorilla is interested in this deal?
Who's older and how old are you?
Well, I'm 22 years old.
And I'm 20 years old.
It sounds like you have a few different ideas going on. You have 5 different revenue models. Are you focusing in on 1 or 2 of them, or you think they're all going to be equally generating your revenue when you're doing your projection?
Yes, all the generating revenue streams, we're going to be taking a commission for all the transaction. We are concentrating on all of them.
What commission? What percentage?
What percentage?
It's about 5% on each transaction sent.
So you're saying that you're cross-network, which is like one of your competitive advantage versus the competition. Which networks are you already talking to or have secured deals or in advanced conversation with?
Right now, our product is working on all mobile network operators in Rwanda, including MTN, Airtel, and Tigo.
And what does Tigo has to say about that?
That's interesting. So I actually was curious to understand a bit more about the product, because if you can solve the solution of interoperability, and basically it sounds like you're taking out the telcos, you're taking out the banks, and you're providing a solution that will allow users across the region to easily transfer to each other. I'm not sure I understand how you've been able to do that, and this is the first time I've heard of the app, so I'm curious how you've managed to bypass our systems.
So our hack on this system is that, let's say you're on MTN and you want to send money to someone on Tigo, and I'm Vugapay. Well, Vugapay, we have all the 3 telcos. Like we're agents, we have all the 3 SIM cards, Airtel, MTN, and Tigo. So when you're on MTN, you have to send it to our MTN number. As soon as we receive that money, we use our Tigo number to send it to the other person.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting. So you've basically bypassed the operators because you have a mobile wallet with one operator, you have a mobile wallet with the other. You basically take the money into one pot and then transfer across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting response from the operator.
Can I ask another question? If you're looking at, have you done any cross-border transactions yet? Do you have any partnerships outside of Rwanda?
Right now, we've only tested the product in Rwanda, but setting up another one in another country would take us like to buy those SIM cards from that country and start working.
Normally, to be able to do that, you need a license from central bank. Have you tried to do that also? Do you have a license from a central bank?
Actually, that's our main program right now, but we are planning to partner with financial institutes who help us solve that issue.
Any other questions before the Gorillas make an offer?
So how much money actually do you want to raise from now?
20,000.
From
10%.
10%?
Yeah.
That's a lot. For what? What do you want to do with that money? Because I guess your platform is ready.
Yes.
So why do you need much more money?
We want to strengthen our team by recruiting some other developers on our team so that we can speed up constructing the API so that it can be ready for businesses and developers for the use. And of course, marketing.
Anybody wants to take that offer or offer something better?
So you've got a, have you done any transactions on the platform yet? Do you have any revenue from the platform today?
Right now, our service is free since we're in the development process, but as soon as we make an official launch, we'll start charging them a small commission.
Okay. In particular, so you have a 200,000 valuation with 0 revenue on an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I like your idea, but I think your valuation is wrong. I'm willing to make you an offer. What I'm going to propose is, you guys say you need $20,000 for your plan.
Yes.
I'll give you the $20,000. I'll take 10% of the equity, but I also want 10% of your commission, so 0.5% on each transaction.
What do you say about that offer?
We would like to hear more offers.
Any other offer from the Gorillas?
So what I will propose you is, I agree with my fellow investor. I think he gets it right. I think that would be the right level. But for that price, you can get 2 investors. So we could come together, which means 2 heads to help you more and 2 more advisors to be by your side and to provide you support and help you grow the company.
So now you have an offer for a deal and mentorship.
What, are you putting an offer on the table?
Yeah, I'm happy to join you if you want.
Or do you want to do the deal alone, Amir?
On what terms?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with your
On
terms.
the same terms.
I agree with your terms.
Anybody else wants to join or make a better offer? Shaya?
Look, actually, I think that what you found is potentially a loophole in the system that you're bypassing. And so my concern is that this may not be a long-term solution. This is probably a short-term solution until the operators figure out a way to actually transfer money to each other and across banks quite easily. So about a week ago, Tigo and Airtel launched interoperability, which means customers with Tigo mobile money accounts can send for free, pretty much, money to Airtel. So the only remaining operator in the market, there's only one remaining operator in the market. I'm definitely interested in the cross-border solution, because that's obviously a challenge. So I think what we can do is that we can work together. I'm not sure I'm in a position to offer cash right now, but I think we can definitely work together to find a solution that works for both of us. So I'm more leaning towards the mentorship and partnership. We could look at potentially a financial offer, but we still need to talk so that I understand a bit more about your model.
You have one offer on the table. You have an offer from collaboration. Amir, you want to offer something better?
No, I'd love it if Tigo came on board as a partner. I don't think that changes my offer. I also just want to say in terms of, I think you're going to have regulatory challenges, especially when you go into cross-border. I'm a lawyer. I do deals all across Africa. That's the advantage I'm going to bring as a partner behind you.
So it seems we have 2 very, very smart engineers. They found a loophole in the system. The loophole may hold or may not. We have 2 investors. Anybody in the audience want to make a better offer? Seems like a very good deal to me. So it seems you have to choose Tigo, Amir, or waiting and maybe
all of us.
Just to be clear, we're perfectly okay partnering. If you can get other investors on board, fantastic. But if you have an operator on board, I think it would strengthen your case a lot. So
I'm gonna put,
you can decide between them, but definitely take us.
Well, Angela, are you okay with the terms?
I am.
So I'll go in with Angela, but I've got on the table now $20,000 for 10% of your equity and a 0.5% transaction fee that comes to us as a royalty.
So what do you say?
And I'm happy to work with Tigo or any other operator that's ready to come to partner. If we can't close with Tigo. But Tigo's offer first.
There's
Always
nothing
move
to
first.
close.
Do we have a deal?
We'll take the first offer.
Take the first offer.
Yeah.
So Amir and Angela, investor in Vugapay. Well done. Seems to be good. Well, to be an angel investor coming to those gorillas. Those gorillas are a bit nice this time. So we're calling Mawanji Naro from Sufaria to come being number 3. Give them a big applause. Ready?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Njuru Mwangi from sufuria.com, an online recipe sharing site with a bias to African dishes. I'm going to take you through a story, a very simple story. First, it's very easy for you to find any American cuisine, any Mexican, anywhere else. But for African recipes, you can get them. But the problem is, the first thing is that English is not our first language, most of us. And we find out that it's not very easy for us to understand the recipes that you get online. And this is whereby sufuria.com is coming in, making it easy for anyone to understand your African recipes. And you want us to go back to preparing our own. So the solution that you've come up is we have a platform where you can go on our website right now, sufuria.com. You can learn, and actually you can order the ingredients, and all you need to do at home is just cook the recipes. So that's the solution that you're offering. And why is it us? First, sufuria.com is that we are working with a team of chefs. We've partnered with the Hospitality Institute, and we are offering very chef-certified recipes. They're all created by chefs, so you don't have time to trial and error. The next thing, they're easy to understand, and you can actually easily for you to understand from the videos. And the convenience. When it comes to shopping, we look at the market that you're targeting is people who are busy. They're like the African market, you can look at the statistics. They're young professionals who are actually, they want the quality and they don't mind the price. And this was by research by Deloitte. And the African market, the young people are more and more. The value of the in Kenya, the vegetable market, it's worth over $250 million. And that's the 30% which is accounted for by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And our go-to-market strategy is, first, we are using SEO and social media, which has been working us since we launched in March. And you're going to content creation, whereby we are going to shoot the videos. We also have various media coverage in the back at home. We attend the events and also partnerships for the Center for Hospitality and Tourism in our institute, and also Mingi TV, who is going to help us in the production of the content. So our revenue model is basically, we are going to deliver these ingredients, we are going to buy them in bulk, and we are going to package them as the recipes and deliver them to people and make a markup on every delivery. Also, you're looking into advertisement and product placement in our online presence, where people can actually, the producers of kitchen-related products can actually place their products on us. The traction that we've had so far, where we launched in March, we got a chance to pitch to our president, and we're hoping to deliver our first recipe to him. Also, in March, we got 17. This was after we pitched the president. And also, we have over 800 people mailing list. The site is free to use, but you have over 150 people who have created profiles with us. The competition right now in Nairobi, we have various people who are delivering the meals, the Hello Food, but they deliver the fast foods and not they deliver the fast foods, and you don't have to cook for yourself. For Yam as well, the same model as Hello Food, Pika Chakula, they just a TV show, they teach people how to cook, but they don't go ahead. We also have indirect competitors like the supermarkets. The supermarkets are actually selling these ready foods, and all you need to do is buy and go eat at home. The team behind this, the awesome team is myself, Njuru Mwangi. I'm the CEO and founder. I'm the business guy behind the startup. I previously ran a startup, 254 Events, a failed venture, and whatever I learned from my failure is what is going to make Sufuria to succeed in this. I also have a CTO, Samuel, who is an awesome coder. We also have a mentor, Robert Yawe. He's a very good advisor to us. He has over 10 years experience dealing with startups, basically in Nairobi, ever since he resigned and started working with startups. We also have our incubation manager, Bernard Shira, is also part of the team. And this is the most interesting part for you. We'll also want to come on board and join the awesomeness in sufuria.com. We are raising $150,000, and this is going to hiring to strengthen the team. Also the facility, this is where we'll be able to repackage the ingredients that we get. Also the marketing to reach out to more people and user acquisition, as well as establishing a content delivery plan. So you're welcome to come on board, and let's make people cook African meals.
I'd like to have a bit more information about how do you assess your market potential and your growth potential, because you quoted the vegetable market size. I'm not sure this is fully relevant to what your business model is. So if I want to ask you, what is your business model potential market, total addressable market, and what you see it, at what rate do you see it growing in the next few years, according to your demographics or other metrics that you're using?
Why I quoted the vegetable market, because what you're delivering as the vegetables and the ingredients. This 250 million is what is accounted for. Basically, that is sold through the supermarkets and everything, and the major grocery stores. This is through when they collect the tax, so that's when you are able to know. What you're seeking to actually grab that market from what people are ordering, and actually we are seeking to get at least 10% of this market, which is accounted for through in the urban centers, and be able to deliver them the ingredients, and they don't have to buy them from where they have been buying.
But your business model is two things: it's advertising and food delivery.
No, we are not delivering food. We are delivering
ingredients.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
The ingredients are food, right?
Yeah, ingredients of food, yeah.
What infrastructure do you have in place for delivering the food?
Sorry?
What infrastructure do you have in place for delivering the food, and what market are you looking at?
The market you're looking, the infrastructure right now is partnering with, there's a company called Sandy. I'm maybe aware of it. They do the delivery. We are going to partner with them, so whenever someone orders, they're just going to deliver. But we've packaged them in our place.
So how are you different than a supermarket with a delivery company?
Sorry?
How are you different than a supermarket with a delivery company?
How we are different is that first, we are not just giving you the ingredients. We are giving you the recipe first, you know how to cook it. So we are not just giving you the groceries, like you need like 5x number of vegetables and that. We are giving you a bit of everything that you need to prepare that meal. So all you need to do is cook. So that's the value that you're giving over the supermarket, so you just buy the groceries in bulk.
And in terms of economics, so you're saying that you're putting a markup on top of the basket price, basically. Can you tell us what is that markup? How much goes for you and how much goes for your partner, who's the delivery company that you're using? And how much above the normal ingredient price it is?
What you're working on is a delivery price of $10 per recipe, which can be used at home for at least 3 meals. For this $10, you're going to make 30% out of it. So after we've bought the ingredients and the cost of packaging and the cost of delivery, so we get 30% out of the $10.
Thank you.
Any gorillas with more questions? Jeff, Eugene?
No, I'm not in that kind of business, you know.
Shamia?
I'm also not in that kind of business, but the question that... Sorry?
But you eat.
Yes, I eat. But the question that comes to mind for me is if you're targeting the middle class and you have a $10 delivery fee, I'm just wondering whether that segment that you're targeting will not be the segment that actually wants to cook for themselves. In this market, in East Africa, that segment tends to have chefs at home. And so I'm just wondering where the value add is for paying for a delivery service and then cooking oneself. I can't reconcile.
First thing, the $10 is not the delivery service. $10 is how much you pay for the basket that you get at home. And you're looking at the market that you're looking at is someone who orders pizza, which goes for about the same price, and it's just pizza, and they have it delivered at their home. And this is not healthy, this is fast food, unlike what you're cooking yourself and you know what is in it. So that's the value that you're giving to them.
Do you see middle-class Africans paying money to cook for themselves?
Sorry?
Do you see a middle-class African consumer basically paying to then cook for themselves?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Another thing I didn't mention, we already have the users you're working with, we have already selected 100 of our users that you're going to actually deliver this to them. And the convenience, why they actually need it from what you've been, because we've been following our users ever since we launched the beta version, why they actually want this is because first, they don't have the time to go shopping for the groceries. Secondly, they don't have the time to actually identify what you want to cook at home. This is someone who wakes up in the morning at 5 with the Nairobi traffic. They get to work at 8, and you left your home at 6, and you get home at around 8 in the evening. So at 8 in the evening, that's when you're going to decide what to cook. While you're in your office, you can just go to sufuria.com, select a recipe, have the ingredients ordered to you in your office, and when you just go to home, it's just cooking, which will cost you 30 minutes or something.
That's a market size question, so let's ask the audience. Who in the audience would use the service? 1, 2. Okay, so we have about, I think, 2% of the audience? Okay, so first of all, you have clients. Before the money, you have clients, so take their numbers and get them hooked to the system. Anybody from the audience would like to make an offer?
You should go one by one.
Gorillas. Shamia? Do we have an offer?
From the Tigo perspective, I think we were in a different business. No, thanks.
No, thanks. Angela?
I'd like to follow your progression and keep in touch.
Polite. Eugene?
Yeah, I just need to understand one point, actually. I have a lot of cooking TV channels on mobile phones, tablets. Why do I need to invest in your business?
Sorry?
I've paid a lot of content from overseas for cookie TV channels. So just give me a reason, actually, why I should invest in you to give me content.
First, you said you have a media distribution channel.
Correct.
Right now, we're in talk with one of the TV stations. Out of the videos that we'll be producing, we'll be selling it to them as a show. So I think that's something for you. You have media for your distribution, for a cook show, for sufuria.com.
So what's the minimum you should require from someone like me?
Sorry?
I don't want to give you just peanuts. Give me, what's the minimum you require from an investor like me?
The minimum that you should require from
people like me. People like myself.
I really don't get your question.
Wants to get a better
Let's say you need $150,000, correct?
Yes.
I would love to give you an offer,
Yeah.
but what's the minimum you require from me?
For the money, we are right now the minimum we could get, we will want, but you don't need the money in one day. We need it for the next 1 year, between 1 year and 1.5 years. So well spread across, then it could come to, what we could get now, we could get $100,000 could set us go off in our prototype.
Yeah, I have to think twice again.
So no offer here. Thank you.
I like the concept. I'm worried about the investment in physical infrastructure that's required. I don't see the growth being exponential. I think you're going to be limited by market because you're going to need a fresh, a warehouse or some sort of preparation facility in each market. I don't see this as being scalable, so I'm going to pass.
So you're a bit less polite than Angela. Jeff?
I like the concept, but it's not on my line of investment.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Now I want to invite Louise, the CEO and founder of Mergings. Ready, set, go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luis Antoine Muhide, founder and CEO at Mergings. You may know already, or as the World Bank is saying, about 400 billion of US dollar was the amount of money migrants sent back to relatives worldwide so they can buy medication, pay tuition fees, and so forth. And from that money, about 3.5 billion went to East Africa. The problem, Africans are paying about 12% in service fees from people like Western Union, and which is very high cost. But more stressful, they have no control on what the money gonna be used for once the beneficiary has the money in his pocket. For instance, myself, I used to live in Canada for more than 21 years. So whenever my family would send money back home, so relative can meet some basic needs, always 3 months later, they call us back to just say they use the money for something we have not agreed for. So it was very frustrating for us. And a solution was needed, and that's where came Mergings. So Mergings is a mobile application connecting Rwandan living abroad to local merchants so they can purchase services and products to be delivered to their relatives. So this time, the only way my cousin can spend the money I sent for school is by going to school, which is great. So speaking of payment, it's always, of course, about trust. So we've partnered with Equity Bank and Bank of Kigali, both as providers of our payment gateways, this to ensure that your money will definitely arrive in Kigali. Speaking of money, how do we make money? We charge 5% upfront to the sender or the user if you want, which is already, by the way, 58% cheaper than Western Union and 44% cheaper than MoneyGram. And we require merchant partner to us to pay commission fees because we are bringing to them customers in another way they could have not have access to. So where do we stand currently? We have an Android version running fully stable for 6 months now, and it is reaching about 700 users. And from those there is 10% that are active users, meaning they are paying about $30 every month to support their relatives. And in terms of sales, we are looking about 5,000 in sales at the end of this year. But at the end of the next year, we are going to be reaching about 100,000 in US dollar. So before you wonder how we're going to do this, let me tell you what's coming. We are launching our iOS and web application next month. And this will give us a total coverage of our customer pool. But also, we have started already to bring in more products and services on our platform, and product that makes money, such as medication, insurance, mortgages. That's where the huge money is going on. So not only we are confident that we'll reach that kind of sales in 2016, but also we're going to break even in 2017. So in terms of the team, we are 3 engineers and 2 personnel, administrative personnel, and also we have advisors from KLab or Africa Angel Network, which is an angel investment, and we work also with other local mentors. So competition is mainly into cash to cash, so they are competing how to wire money from, let's say, Canada to Rwanda in 1 second. But still, you can put that money in 1 second in my cousin. He can also spend it in 1 second, something that has nothing to do with what we agree. So into cash to product or services, there are only 2 competitors that we believe they are like us. One in West Africa called AfriMarket. The other one is Paytm in India. But their distribution channel is totally different from ours, and I'm ready to explain that. So where we are right now, we've already got 2 angel investment and a grant, and we are looking today, or we are offering today, a convertible note of 50,000 US dollar in exchange of about 10% in annual interest. And if, of course, you like what you are doing along the way, you are more than welcome to convert that in equity at the current cap valuation, of course, 5%, open to discussion. So as you can see, Merging is a global solution for a global problem. Definitely Nigeria, Philippines, Latin America, they would like to use Mergings. So who amongst you wants to come in and help migrants to have a real impact in their relatives' life? Thank you for your time.
Great presentation, great market, great opportunity. Who wants to go in?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to put in 15,000 USD, and I agree on your offer of 10% interest per annum, but I'd like also to get something as on revenue sharing. Are you able to do that?
I didn't get the last thing you say.
You have 5% on service fee,
yes,
and another 3%
yes,
for services. Can I get something out of it also?
I think because I know your profile, you'll be a great partner because right now, if we work with you, there's a way, of course, increasing or sharing revenue because some of your services we are offering, you have them already. So because you're a strategic partner, I won't waste people's time. 50 for 10% in equity, we can go.
Straight to the point.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You just cut your market valuation in half.
Yes, because he's a
First
strategic partner.
I understand that. Your two other angels, what was the market valuation they bought in at?
Sorry, I didn't.
You say you have two angel investors currently.
Yes.
What market valuation did they buy in at?
Okay, well,
And when?
The two angel investment, the one who came in, I just heard an idea. So he got invest 20K for 17%. So it was like $1,000 per share. And the second one came in, we had something working, so she paid about 1,300. But currently, we have something that is pretty stable. We have customer paying, we have a great testimony, and we can see the growth of projection of our sale. Actually, I think I have not mentioned that. It's about 55% growing every month. And when we look to the next year, there is a reason of, having that kind of evaluation.
What do you say?
Should we speak out loud? So I'm trying to do the math. I'm not very good at math because I'm a lawyer. So the actual valuation, I say he paid 20K for 17%. So what was the total value of the company, the market cap?
The first angel investment.
Yeah.
That was just an idea. You understand why?
So what's the total market cap at the first?
He put 20K for 17.5.
So the market cap then is?
That was around 130 something.
Okay, and then the second investor, what the market cap did you put it at?
Okay, she just put 8,000 for 7.5. So she got about 1,300 more. So it was a little bit like a couple of $1,000 more than the first.
When did those both happen?
Sorry?
How many months ago was that?
How much?
How long ago?
Okay, that was in March, if I'm not mistaken. That lady, yeah. March, April, yeah.
So your company has quadrupled in value since March?
Well, we forgot grant, as I say also. We went some grant from Creative Hub. It was 20K. So it helped us to go through that period, yeah.
I really like your product.
Thank you.
I think it's actually a good idea. I think it's going to compete with the investment I just made in Vugapay. But I think your valuation is off. I just bought into a cash-to-cash business, which I obviously seem to think I agree with. I like the idea of the cash-to-services business, but your valuation is just too high for the revenue you currently have.
So that's too high. But Jeff, you like the business and you want to invest.
15,000.
How much you said?
15,000.
1.5?
Yes, no, 15,000 USD.
No, I mean, I thought that it was 5.0 actually for 10%.
No.
Because 1.5 for 10% would be too much. We definitely need, why we need 50,000 is definitely to develop our iOS and web application. And we've won actually the title of the best tech company in Rwanda through Sister. And we are going to raise, try to raise more money in February. So we need to get a certain value. So that money is really needed. It's not a matter of reducing that money. It's maybe we can negotiate on how share we can go, but we definitely need that kind of money to make sure that we can go through the system.
What do you think?
I can start by 15,000 as a share, and also the balance as a loan, the 35,000, which can be converted after 1 year on equity also.
So if I understood well, 15 and 25 in loan.
Yeah.
35.
35 as a loan.
35?
Yep.
Okay, 35 in loan. And what are you expecting in return?
I
mean, on that loan as interest?
Yeah, 15 I'll keep at 10%.
Okay.
And then also the loan at 10% at the end of the year.
So the 15, you still want 10% of share?
Yep.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, because if you look to the project, and we are ready to share the testimony for our customers, existing customers, and you know already this thing is working. So, and I think you'll be a great partner. Maybe if you go to, let's say, instead of 10%, if you can go up to 7%, we can talk. Because we don't want to devaluate the others who are already in. So, yeah. 7.5, you, my man. And you know me and you, we can do great business.
Let's close it at 8%.
All right, we're not gonna kill each other for 0.5, so deal.
Okay.
Shake hands. Amir, you've just been outbidded. This is fantastic. You're seeing debt structure, equity structure, royalty structures, negotiation on stage. Fantastic. Next, I want to invite Jean, CEO and founder of Torque Ltd.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to be here, and I am here to talk about my company, Torque Limited, a software development company that creates software for small and medium enterprises. Torque is a 2-year-old company, and it is very known for its distribution channel management software that is now currently being used by wholesale distributors in Bralirwa/Heineken distribution in Rwanda. So why did we create this software? Many of you may agree with me that the economy of this country has been growing. Actually, it has been growing very fast at an average rate of 8% for the last decade. Many businesses in the beverage and telecom industry has also been forced to grow at the same speed. But there is bad news for these businesses. If they don't get the right tools, the right software to keep managing this growth, then they might fail. So many of the owners of these businesses have come to a realization of this, and they try to acquire software from abroad. Many software they tried, they are not created for the needs of their businesses, and most importantly, they cost a lot of money. And that is the solution that Torque has brought on table. It was very imperative that Torque create a distribution channel management software, a very affordable system that is designed to record the last mile of distribution points. Today, we have created an online and web software that can help distributors, owners of businesses, to record sales transactions and stock levels from their remote many warehouses, and at the end of the day, the system decentralizes the data and generate all the reports that are needed to forecast their businesses and to make informed decisions. Our current status, we managed to secure agreements with one of the biggest beverage company in Rwanda, Bralirwa, and today this system of ours is being endorsed by Bralirwa, as well as it is now working in 60% of their entire network. The possibility for the market of this system is very big. Actually, we have counted 25,000 points, distribution points, last mile distribution points that this system can work with. And right now, we only have 3% penetration in this market. We managed to raise money before. We are actual partners with Tigo. Tigo is a shareholder in our company. And today, we are also working on our second round of investment, where we want to position our market in 2 more geographies in Africa. We are trying to raise 200,000 in equity investment, and this equity investment is going to help us to grow our market share in Rwanda, as well as launch in Nigeria and Congo-Brazzaville. Nigeria is a very interesting market for us. If our relationship with Heineken keeps growing, then as many of you might know, Heineken is a market leader in Nigeria. They actually make around 3.3 billion only in Nigeria. So we have now a sort of free ticket to follow the footprints of our big partners in Nigeria, and we are going to make a lot of money in Nigeria. So I am inviting you to join this great revolution that is taking place in businesses in Africa, and it is being spearheaded by Torque Rwanda. Today, I'm very excited to invite you on board, and I can promise with a guarantee that you are going to back a lot of money by the end of this business. The team that is going to help To do this is composed by three software engineers, myself, marketing people, two marketing and sales people, and a network of independent sales agents that we have activated in Rwanda. So right now, we are entering the next round of investment, and I would like to hear from you. Thank you very much.
So we have a business tested and proven in Rwanda, now going to conquer Nigeria with a fantastic anchor client. Gorrillas, what do you say?
I'm not clear on the offer. 200,000 gets me what?
200,000 is invested in internationalizing the system so that it can go across borders.
What percentage of equity do I get for 200,000?
20% of the company.
So that's a valuation of $1 million.
How much revenue did you see this year?
The company, from our last financial year, we made 50,000 in revenue, and we made a profit of 20,000 US dollars before tax. This year, we are forecasting to grow at a rate of 80%. Compared to our last financial year. And we're also planning to conquer 30% of the whole market in Rwanda by the end of this year.
How many clients do you have, and what's your revenue model for each of them? Like
we have three revenue models. We have three revenue streams. We sell the system at a license fee. So every new business registering to our business pay a one-time fee. Then
how much is that fee?
The fee is currently 500,000. Every other month they have to pay $50 as a subscription fee. But now we are also seeing many of the current users coming back for customization, and this is now really being the biggest source of revenue for the company. In fact, there are some businesses that came back and they are now paying 10 times the amount of money they paid previously to buy a license in order to have the system tailor-made to their entire business.
And how many clients do you have?
Right now, we have 40 active and paying customers in Rwanda. And we have that constitutes sort of 60% in the whole beverage industry. And now we have 25 remaining customers who are on retainer that we are also reaching, and that we are reaching by the end of this year as well. And this is opening us doors to now starting going from the distribution level to the retail levels of the channels.
And so how much profit are you thinking of making this year and next year? Not revenues, profit.
I did not hear that.
How much profit are you forecasting to make by the end of this year and next year?
By the end of our financial year, which ends in April, we are forecasting to make around 150,000 US dollars, and we're estimating that our profit is going to be around 40% of that money.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any gorillas interested? Chamia?
We've already invested in Torque, and so we have a lot of faith in them.
Are you happy with the investment?
Absolutely. In a very short time, Torque has grown a lot. They have, when we first invested in them, they had just one customer, and they've grown tremendously since then. I'm slightly biased, obviously, but Jean is a great leader, and so I would encourage other investments from the panel.
What valuation did you go in at?
That was a discussion between Torque and ourselves.
As an investor, if I come in, I want to know what other
I'll let
people
Jean
pay.
answer the question.
Yeah.
It was very different, mind you. There was one customer on board.
Yeah.
Not even were they signed on at the time?
Well, this place I cannot hear.
Yeah, it's really hard.
So he wants to know the valuation that Tigo came in at. But I was saying it was a very different time for Torque. But if you want to share that information.
Definitely. That was around more than 1 year ago. And with the valuation, we were now at $150,000 US, 150,000. But by the end of 6 months, we were supposed to be raising investment, but for us, we decided that timing was very important. We were seeing really big potential for this business, especially in terms of converting the older clients, because the lifetime of this product was estimated to be 2 years. So today, we're seeing the previous clients coming back, and that is a sign that the company is growing very big. So we definitely believe that if our customers are willing to be paying 10 times the amount of money they paid before, then the valuation of the company has definitely gone very high.
What do you say?
As an angel investor personally, our strategy is to come in at smaller amounts and work our way up as we understand the company. It's very difficult in a 10-minute pitch to do that. I'd like to talk later, but no offer right now.
No offer, but proposition to discuss in the future.
I am really looking forward to that. One of the reasons we're pitching here is actually to make sure that we can also have access to people who can open doors for us, and we see that as a potential.
Eugene?
Yeah.
Do we have an offer?
Well, I have a remaining budget for 2015 of about $25,000, but I don't want to give you that money straight to you. I want to give it to Amir, then he can negotiate a better offer. Actually, I will give the money to the Amir group so they can negotiate on my behalf.
Amir, you have a mandate, 25,000. What are you going to do with that?
I need to do my due diligence a little bit further on the company, but I do think I need to understand your financials. I need to understand your clients. I'm worried about diversification of clients. I invest in a lot of businesses. I always look for the expansion across borders with a client. I like that you have Heineken as an anchor client, or it's interesting, but it's not as easy to go Heineken Rwanda to Heineken Nigeria. You have different management teams, you have different people who are managing the distribution channels, you have different distributors. It's a real challenge, so I need to look a little bit more, but it's a very intriguing idea, but I'm not ready yet.
Thank you. Jeff? Yes. Anybody from the audience want to grab this opportunity before those two guys get it? We have a... Do we have an offer?
Yariv? So we've known each other for a while, and I've followed the growth of your business for the past year or so, and you've done amazingly well, I have to say, so congratulations.
Thank you.
What I'd like to say is, I guess my positioning will be to come maybe at your next round, and not just as an individual, but with our venture capital arm, and to be able to follow your work and come as a venture arm, and hopefully work with you on the cross-border extension, and I really look forward to discussing that with you.
Thank you very much. I also look forward to that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Alex, you want to come say final words?
Well, saying final words, that's not my place yet. We have several delegates that are here, distinguished members of parliament, and the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Youth and ICT, actually one of our sponsors for this event. But before I hand over to her, I just want to hear from the panelists, just talk about what you saw today. I know some of you are want to rush to the airport, and you know I'll not just let you go. So just quickly, what you could say to the audience. By the way, this is live on TV, live on our TV. Whatever was going on here was being broadcast, and it's live streaming. So I want to hear from you, and then I'll pass on to the permanent secretary of the ministry to conclude.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for all the hard work. So this would not have happened without Alex. So big round of applause for you.
There's someone here. Actually, there's someone else here who did that, not me. Aphrodis Mutangana and the team at Caleb.
I think this was fantastic. This is the 4th year we're doing this. And each year there's been immense improvement in the quality of the startup, in the ideas, in the entrepreneurs, in what has happened. I think what we saw here is a fantastic sample of what can be done in Rwanda. We had the panel of access to capital or money looking for ideas. And if you're the best, and those are the best, then money is out there. I think this was a great show. I think all the entrepreneurs are fantastic. And we have a great potential in this country.
Okay, and Jeff?
Well, what I can say is just the company I represent here, the company which I'm also co-founder, Comes Africa, started with 5 entrepreneurs, and we managed to raise money. We had a proof of concept product, and today the company worth some $1 million. So I wish other entrepreneurs like me, Rwandese or East African, can do also the same. So that's why we keep investing on ideas of young entrepreneurs and see if we can grow together. So the example of today, I believe with our footprint in around 24 countries in Africa, I'll try my best to push the Mergings product out in Africa, and maybe also I will grow my wealth out of it.
Amir.
I'm very impressed with the quality.
Just to make a comment about Amil. I met Amil 2 years ago and in Dubai at a conference. And he told me, Alex, find me good businesses to invest in. I hope he's not going to pin me on the platform here.
Well, I think you've done that, so thank you. Just as impressions as an investor who looks across Africa, I think the presentations I've seen were very good. My biggest concern as an investor is the quality of the management in the team. And I saw some potential for it, but I think there's a lot of depth that needs to be developed in it. So I do think that Rwanda has the potential, because of its ICT sector and its focus on ICT, to become a great lab for testing ideas within Africa in a relatively small market with a very friendly, open system. And I'm hoping that Vugapay starts here, tests here, and expands all over the continent.
Thank you, Alex. Well, I was not prepared today, actually. I didn't know exactly how it's going to be. But I want to make a pledge for the years to come for much bigger investment. Don't even wait for the next Transform Africa. So for next year, I want to pledge for a $200,000 budget for startups.
You heard it. You heard it straight from him. So those of you who are always asking and saying, oh, there's no money, there's no money, there's no money. I have an idea, but I can't find an investor. He's just pledged.
And we have a very vibrant angel club, the YPO Angel Club, which we do 4 meetings a year.
Yeah. I'll talk about that just in a second. Angela.
So first I wanted to say that it was amazing to see these entrepreneurs. They are young, they are super hardworking, they are amazingly knowledgeable, they did their homework, they know what they're talking about, and it's really like representing amazing youth that you have in the country here, and that is taking the risk to be entrepreneurial. And of course, there will be ups and downs. It's not an easy journey to become an entrepreneur, but it's potentially the one with the highest reward. And it's amazing to see that. And being through Face the Gorilla, being the Angel Club, or through the Innovation Fund, we look forward to investing in innovation and technology in all the different sectors, because you've seen it here today. It's ICT, but it's all the different sectors, and it shows how technology can be such an amazing enabler of a scalable, large business model that have a great impact on both the end clients and customers and on the economy. Thank you.
Thank you. And
so as a telco, I think we're very excited to see young entrepreneurs in Rwanda take advantage of the internet and of digital to come up with ideas that really meet the needs of their communities. As Tigo, we're always very excited when we hear there is local content being created, there are local businesses being created. And as we've done with Torque in the past, we'll continue to support this community. We're very proud, and I'm very impressed with the quality of the entrepreneurs that we've seen today. And I look forward to hearing more and more exciting ideas from Rwandan youth and East African youth.
Thank you. So, and my last words. My last words are, on 13th November, we'll be having something not as grand as today's, but in the same direction. We'll be having other investors that will be listening to entrepreneurs again, pitching. We're just gonna open up a small window up to the end of next week. If you have a brilliant product, not my words, we're not looking for idea levels. If you don't have a product, first develop a product, get a prototype, and then apply. And we will give you an opportunity to pitch to investors, angel investors. Yariv alluded to it, talking about the Angel Club. There's the Rwanda Angel Investor Club, which has already had pitches, about 3 pitches now since last year. And we are getting local investors already on board, as you can see here. We're also getting some foreign investors that are coming on, and we want to get what you're thinking, what you're working on, and we want to see and grow these ideas and these products into companies. We want, and we're dedicated. I'm coming, just for those of you who came late, I'm from the ICT Chamber. I'm the Executive Director of the ICT Chamber, and we're committed to growing the ICT sector of Rwanda and the technology sector of Rwanda. And we want you to think and to make use of that education that you have. So come up with things in school, wherever you are. You had high school guys pitching today, university graduates pitching, and maybe some dropouts pitching. So thank you very much. I think they brought me an announcement to make. Please, okay, I think they're saying please announce. Okay, delegates who have headsets, interpretation gadgets where you're seated, please leave them there. Don't take them home. They don't work there. Leave them there. Thank you very much. And right now, I'd like to invite the Honorable Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Youth and ICT to come and give us the closing remarks for this. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, is the house someone? Is someone in the house? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's a great pleasure to be standing before all of you. I really want to start by recognizing some people present. I know some of you have been part of the Transform Africa all through the last 3 days we've been here, but I want to recognize the national coordinator, the Youth National Coordinator, to stand up, please, for recognition. Thank you very much. We have also 2 members of parliament. They're all youth. 2 members, please stand up for recognition. I'm very glad they're also putting on the T-shirts. Also, we are recognizing the Executive Secretary of the National Youth Council. Robert, please stand up for recognition as well. It was just for introduction because I know the business people don't always go into details of protocol. So I wanted to also recognize them because I know Alex might not have recognized them while they're here. Just to be back to the business, I'm so delighted to be here. I thank you very much, our investors. You are giants. To stand in front of you was really tough for these young people. But I'm so glad they managed to grab something out of your capital. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank the partners who organized this, especially ICT Chamber, spearheaded by Alex Nhare, who was speaking here. I really want to thank also the investors and the private companies present here who are listening to the presentation and are willing to partner with our angel investors here. As a Ministry of Youth and ICT, for both sectors, the youth themselves who are pitching, as well as the technological part that we're bringing on board, we are so delighted and we're so excited that this is what we meant by transformation. If you listen to our head of state this morning and the heads of delegation, what they were talking about, everyone was talking about young people. For the young people in T-shirt who were not here this morning, everybody was talking about how are the young people going to take advantage of the development and technological development advancement, all the strategies they were talking about here, who is going to take it forward? And this is a testimony that what they were saying, there are people who are already implementing. This is transformation that we're talking about, changing the lives of the people, using technology to improve the lives of everyone. And this is what we saw. The applications, the businesses that they're proposing are all impacting the lives of people and at the same time creating wealth. I want to congratulate all of you. By the way, all your businesses were great, except that I'm not a private person to invest in it. I was excited with the businesses and I wanted to put in 20%. But when I look at my paycheck, it can't go that far. But I would really wish to encourage everyone here who would want to invest in their businesses. This is a good platform for their business to be exposed, what the opportunities are there, what are the business they can create, and what are the revenues. I was very happy to hear about how much are you making in a year. And that was really inspiring. They already done their homework and it really made me feel proud of these young people across East Africa, including those from Kenya and Tanzania present. Without taking much of your time, I really want to thank the team that was here. You really tried to also to panel beat on their projects, and I believe they learned a lot from your experiences. The testimony of Mr. Gasana means a lot for them because it shows that there are mentors there, there are people who are there, who did it, who made it. So it's possible so that they can do the same. They can expand their businesses, they can grow further, and what inspired more was their businesses across beyond Rwandan borders. So that means it's already Pan-African. It's already going beyond the Rwandan boundaries or the challenges we have in Rwanda. They're also looking at how can they grow and spread their wings in Africa. That's very inspiring. But just to note, I'm encouraging young ladies. I didn't see a young lady standing here, but the last 2 days, women were very vibrant in this building. And yesterday, the First Lady also was leading a session, the whole afternoon session, gave a remark. She was a guest speaker, and she spoke about digital inclusion for women empowerment. We really want to see more women on this. I hope next time we'll have more women as well, as we have more women in the country as a percentage, more women in leadership position, more women in parliament. We want to also see more women in applications and developing software. Just to conclude, I can't go without pledging anything from our angel investors. We pledge also our support. We pledge our advocacy. We pledge our partnership. I think our contribution will be advisory and mentorship. If you don't mind, is it a good offer? Do you agree that? Thank you very much. We are ready to partner with the ICT Chamber in the future, where you are revolving this, because this was added on and we felt it should go by Transform Africa every time it happens. Even in 2013 it happened. We had also the pitching and some good offer that went to the young people businesses. And I think, as you mentioned, we won't wait until 2017, the next 2 years. There should be more businesses. Mr. Eugene Nyagahene, we really thank you very much for putting in $200,000 for this kind of support. Can you give him a round of applause? I would like to invite all other private companies as well. As a government, we provide an enabling environment. We put in place infrastructure which is necessary or which is required for the ICT development, but we can't do what the private can do. This is what it means, public-private partnership. While the government does its part, the private sector is also seeing benefit out of these businesses in terms of partnership and growing their businesses. Of course, it's not charity, but they also get something out of it as business. That's why we invited the university students here who are seated. We want to see more angel investors. We saw young girls in exhibition booth. They were in secondary, senior 4, senior 5, senior 6, senior 3. They were also developing a lot of applications that are providing solutions to their communities. Where we see a challenge in our community, we should provide solution. His Excellency, the President, told the youth at National University of Rwanda when he visited early this year, mid this year, he told them transformation, the education you have should be transformative. The education you get from your universities is not a paper. It should be seen on ground, transforming the lives of your people. And this is one of the ways we can do it, by developing applications, not only in technology, even in other businesses, where you see a challenge, feel that you are the person supposed to be providing a solution for that. You talked about testing labs, and we are also working as East Africa to develop a center of excellency for testing labs for the whole region. I hope that will also expedite some of these processes that are required. I don't want to take much of your time because you've been here the last 3 days, and the whole of this afternoon was very inspiring and exciting to hear great ideas that are coming to support the heads of state in the Smart Africa Manifesto, where they said the Transform Africa will come from the youth and the private sector as the engine of growth. I really want to thank everybody's participation, all those who came far and near. We want to thank you very much for being part of us. Thank you very much for being contributing greatly in the discussions, in all sessions that we had. I thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon in the pitching sessions, also in Transform Africa in the forthcoming years. I thank you very much, and God bless you.
I have to come back here just to tell them to leave. Thank you very much for coming today and for being present. Thank you for all your participation. And this is the end. So, students, there's food for you. Someone will give you directions to where. Patient at the back will give you that direction. Thank you very much, and hope to see you pitching up here.
Till you make amends with the demons you've been through. I can't find my way back to you. Till you make amends with the demons you've been through. I can't regret.
So applications for November pitching will be out next week. Just stay in touch with Caleb. You'll get the application. Have a great evening and enjoy yourselves. Go transform Africa. Students, muje kuri City Hall niho babateguriye. Abanyeshuri ni muje kuri City Hall niho bateguye